A talented 28-year-old photographer in Washington, D.C., builds her life around honest work and powerful street portraits. A 35-year-old wealthy businessman becomes captivated by her photos and quietly learns who she is. But instead of approaching her as himself, he hides his fortune and pretends to be struggling just to see if she could ever love him without money in the picture. When she believes he has nowhere to stay, she invites him into her home. Their connection grows through everyday moments, deep talks, and the kind of comfort that starts to feel like real love. Then one discovery changes everything, forcing them both to face what trust truly means. Chapter 1. The Man Who Fell for a Photograph. I first saw her name on a small card next to a framed print in a gallery near DuPont Circle. The photo wasn't fancy. It showed a man selling hot dogs on a cold morning, steam rising like a quiet promise. The light was perfect, but what grabbed me was the feeling. Dignity, struggle, hope, all in one frame. She was 28, a photographer who chased real stories across Washington, D.C. Her work made the city look honest. Not just monuments and power, but people. And then there was him. He was 35, a rich businessman with the kind of life most people only imagine. He owned a successful company, wore watches that cost more than rent, and lived behind clean glass and guarded privacy. Yet in that gallery, none of that mattered. He stood still like the photo had pulled something out of him. He asked the gallery manager, a friendly woman who seemed to know every artist in town, for information. He didn't want to buy the whole exhibit. He wanted to know her, where she shot, what she cared about. What kind of person could see beauty in a freezing sidewalk? That night, he made a decision that would change both their lives. He would meet her, but not as a wealthy man. He would meet her as someone with nothing. Chapter 2. A Poor Lie in a Rich City. A week later, he found her the normal way, not through assistance or invitations. He showed up at the same coffee shop she visited after early shoots, the kind with big windows and scratched wooden tables. He introduced himself with a simple smile and a name that meant nothing in business circles. No last name that opened doors. No mention of his company. No hint of the world he came from. She didn't fall for money, because she never saw it. She saw a man who listened when she talked about light and timing, who asked about her favorite neighborhoods, who laughed at her stories about missed shots and perfect accidents. Over time, he shaped the lie carefully. He said he was between jobs. He said rent in D.C. was brutal. He made it sound like he was trying, but life had him cornered. One afternoon near a metro entrance, he let the last part slip. He told her he didn't really have a place to stay. Her face changed fast, concern pushing past caution. She wasn't naive. She was kind. She asked questions, made sure he wasn't dangerous, and still, she offered what she had. "You can stay in my guest room," she said. "Just for a bit, until you get steady." He acted surprised. He acted grateful. And I remember thinking, even then, that the city around them was loud with sirens and traffic, but the quiet choice she made was louder than all of it. Chapter 3. The House Where Feelings Developed. Living under the same roof changed everything. Her row house wasn't big, but it had warmth. Prints leaned against walls. Camera gear sat neatly stacked. The kitchen smelled like coffee in the morning and garlic at night. It was the kind of home built by effort, not inheritance. He played the role of a struggling man well, but the truth leaked out in strange ways. How he folded his jackets like he'd been taught by someone paid to teach him. How he stayed calm under pressure. How he knew the right words in hard conversations. She noticed, but she didn't accuse. She simply learned him. Day by day, he helped her carry equipment. He walked with her at sunrise to the tidal basin when the water looked like glass. He held umbrellas over her camera when the rain came down without warning. He listened as she edited photos late into the night, and when she doubted herself, he pushed her back toward her own strength. In the soft space between friendship and love, they found each other. One night, after sharing tea at the kitchen table, she told him about her biggest fear. Loving someone who only liked the version of her that served them. Someone who didn't respect her work, her time, her purpose. He wanted to tell the truth right then. I could see it in the way he held his breath. But he didn't. Instead, he reached for her hand. Not with the confidence of a rich man, but with the hope of someone who wanted to be chosen. Their relationship started quietly, like a sunrise you don't notice until the room is full of light. Chapter 4. The truth hits like a flash. Secrets do not stay buried in Washington, D.C. Not for long. It happened on a day she went downtown to drop off prints for a small exhibit. She saw him across the street near an office building with marble floors and glass so clean it looked unreal. He wasn't alone. A suited older man spoke to him with clear respect, the kind you don't give to someone between jobs. Then a car pulled up. Not a taxi. Not a rideshare. Something private and expensive. Her stomach sank before her mind caught up. That night, back at the row house, she didn't yell at first. She asked him one question, calm and deadly serious. "Who are you?" He tried to explain. He said he was scared. He said he needed to know she was real. He said he didn't want to be loved for money. But her eyes sharpened with a pain that made the room feel cold. "You tested me," she said. "You moved into my home based on a lie. You let me worry about you. You let me carry you." He admitted everything. The wealth. The company. The plan. And that was the worst part. Not the money, but the plan. She stepped back like the air around him had turned toxic. She told him she couldn't be with someone who treated love like an experiment. Then she opened the door and asked him to leave. Out on the wet sidewalk, under a streetlight that made the rain look like silver, he reached for her, but stopped short. Some losses can't be grabbed and pulled back. Some losses have to be faced. She walked away with her camera bag on her shoulder, and he stood there with nothing but the truth he should have offered from the start. Chapter 5. A man trying to earn a second chance. He didn't disappear into comfort. That surprised me. He could have returned to his penthouse, poured a drink, and blamed her for not understanding. Instead, he showed up again and again, not to pressure her, but to prove something different, that he could take responsibility. He left apologies in places she loved. A note at a museum bench near a photography exhibit. Flowers on her doorstep with no knock, no demand. Messages that didn't argue, didn't excuse, just owned the harm. She refused him at first. Every time. And yet, his effort was steady. He stopped hiding behind the story of testing love and started admitting the truth. He had been afraid. He had wanted control. He had made her kindness part of his plan, and that was unforgivable unless he changed. Weeks later, they met near the tidal basin at sunrise. The city was quiet, as if it was giving them room. He didn't ask for her love. He asked for a chance to rebuild trust, brick by brick, day by day, with no more games. He told her she could walk away forever and he would accept it. She looked at him for a long time. The kind of silence that measures a person, and then she finally spoke. "I don't know if I can forget it," she said. "But I can see you're trying to become someone I could trust." He nodded like that was more than he deserved. They didn't rush back into romance. They started with honesty, with real conversations, with boundaries, with slow steps that respected the damage. And that was the first time his love felt truly rich. Chapter 6. No more secrets, only a future. Months later, he invited her to dinner on a rooftop overlooking the Washington skyline. This time, he didn't pretend anything. He showed up as the man he really was, but he didn't lead with wealth. He led with truth. He told her what he admired, her bravery, her work ethic, the way she saw people. He told her he'd spent his life being valued for what he could provide, and he had made the mistake of thinking love had to be proven through a trick. Then he asked her to marry him. His hands shook when he opened the ring box. Not because he feared rejection from a stranger, but because he feared losing the woman who had taught him how to be real. She cried quietly, and she said yes. They married in a simple ceremony, the kind that focused on meaning, not spectacle. And afterward, he brought her to the mansion she'd only heard rumors about. She stood at the gates, taking in the hedges, the tall windows, the golden light inside. He watched her carefully, waiting for judgment. But she didn't look at the mansion like it was the point. She looked at him like he was. Inside, he had made space for her work, a wall ready for her photographs, frames set aside, a studio room filled with clean light. A future built not to cage her, but to support her. In Washington, D.C., a city full of power and performance, they chose something rarer. They chose a love with no more masks. If you enjoyed this romantic story set in Washington, D.C., make sure to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications so you never miss a new story. Give this video a like. comment what you would have done in her place, and share this video with someone who loves emotional romance and second chance love stories.